Hey guys, Brandon 9mm USA here. We're going to do a little bit of a polymer showdown. Fired maybe a few times, but not very much, so I think it got trapped in the back of my safe somewhere and just didn't come out to be shot very much. So that's a 17. And then I have a brand new third generation Glock 19, and it doesn't look like it's been ever fired, so I think it's just another one of those guns that fell back to the back of the safe and I didn't break it out. And then another older 19 9mm. Again, this one's been shot a bit, it looks like, to me. And but we don't have, I've never shot anything as far as 19s or 17s except for the Gen 4 maybe since the program started. So we got 8 rounds in each magazine, 8 for the 17, 8 for the 19s, and we'll be doing a little bit of a accuracy comparison between the three. We'll start with the 17 and then I'll come back and pick up the others. This target over here we're going to shoot zombie target. I'll start with the head for the 17, and then as I carry on I'll try in the chest area with one of the 19s, and then maybe the pelvic girdle or close to that for the second 19, just to give you a comparison as far as accuracy. So let's walk down to the firing line.
And as always, our 21-foot line marked out.
Okay, you can just tell that this thing has not been fired very much, if at all. Really smooth shooting though, very light recoil, just like all the 17s I suppose. I always comment about how light recoil the 4th gen 17 is, but here's a very old one that's barely been fired before. Doesn't have the place to add the lights, the rails, or anything like that.
There we go.
The gun's empty. No finger grooves in it. That's a pretty impressive group out of that Glock 17.
Dude. There you go.
Looks like I did pull 2 off the target, but the rest of them, you know, 3-inch group or less.
Yeah, let me see it.
So as he's showing you that, I'm going to switch to one of the 19s. We'll keep the video going. Okay, let's go back to the firing line. I'll take that 17 and set it down. We're going to be going for the chest on the zombie. We'll be going for the chest on the zombie on this one. I've been shooting so many other types of weapons, it was time for me to kind of go back to the Glock a little bit. Firing a lot of Berettas and XDs, 45s, 40s, and all kinds of stuff. So I wanted to start working on my accuracy with my Glocks, and this isn't my duty weapon, but it's important practice with the Glock anyway. So this is a 19. This is the one that's fairly used. I don't know how many rounds have been put through it, but it's a 19. Going for chest.
Wow. Good hits. Little high. There you go.
Okay, that's 8 rounds. Really soft shooting. Little more jump to the 19 as opposed to the 17. And I think that's just from the additional 1 inch of barrel, a little more weight in the 17 compared to the 19. So let's take a look at this. Yeah, I think that's a fairly nice group. Did pull one up a little bit high compared to the rest, but
look at that, like 3
nice,
holes into one right there.
Nice group. Is that 2 rounds?
2 or 3, I think.
Yeah, that's a nice. I think that was some of the first 2 or 3 rounds I fired. 2 of them, I think, when we were
using the
same
trigger
hole.
reset.
And then I started feeling cocky and firing a little bit faster, I think. Anyway, that's the older 19. So I'll put this away. We'll switch it off for the last 19, which I believe is brand new. I don't think this 19 has ever been fired. So we gotta, it's just got no marks on the barrel at all. So normally after you fire them 100 rounds or whatever, you start really seeing some marking on the barrel, and I just don't see any marks on this thing at all. This is another 19, so the second 19. I think this is a new one, even though it's a Generation 3 model. I just think it's been in the safe and hasn't been fired. So we're gonna go for the pelvic girdle right around the place where the zombie has the hook. 8 rounds.
Good hit. Center mass, nice. There you go. Like 4 in a dime-sized target. Not dime, but a quarter. Wow, 5 shots in the same place.
That's it.
Very nice shooting, dude.
This thing is very accurate.
Let's go look at that.
Come down, take a look at this.
I'm a little excited.
I know, you were calling this as it was coming
yeah,
off.
Dude.
Boy, that's an impressive
Look
group.
at that shit right there, dude. Wow.
That is an impressive group out of that 3rd gen Glock 19. And again, just super easy to shoot. It's good to get back into Glock territory and start shooting that Glock here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. We're back at our old range with the mountain as the background. You can see all the beautiful trees everywhere. So wanted to do a little bit of Glock shooting here and give you guys a look at the Glocks here in September of 2012. Not sure how many more times we'll make it up to the range this year, but it was nice to have you guys along to see how these old Glocks that have been stuck in the safe for the longest time, because I've had some newer stuff to shoot, and so it's nice to get them back out and put some rounds down range. And I think that's it for right now. Don't forget, the Second Amendment is worth protecting, so remember that when it comes time to vote, and we need to keep our rights to our firearms. Thanks a lot.
Oh.
8 rounds. You kind of danced around it a little bit.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's my first time shooting a handgun today, so.
Well, it's still
we'll see how I do in the...
not bad for accuracy. You got 4 direct
I had
hits.
4, but
the 2 to the next to the head, those are
and
part of this group too,
low.
and then you pulled 1 lower. So not bad overall. We'll get you another string of fire here in a few minutes.